Good morning, students. Welcome to this session. So in this session, we will study about the power plant instruments. So in that, we'll be studying about the design of control room, then some of the equipments which we are going to use in the grids. Okay, so let us see first the design of the control system. So control room, actually control room. So it will be consist of so many panels, relays, all that thing. Okay, so what is the control room? It is the main command center of the substation, that is the grid substation. The entire operation of the site, it is monitored and controlled from this central location. So control room, from here only we will control all the things, that is like electricity supply. Okay, any if there is any uh, maintenance, all that thing can be controlled from here, the control room. A control room, it may range from a small, we can have this small control room, and seldom manned means what? Less people will be working on that control room. Then we can have the non-ventilated room to a large control room. Okay, and we can have the air conditioned area containing numerous staff members. Okay, so we can have the AC also, we can have, and we can have the number of staff members working on that control room, and electrical electronic equipments. So electronic equipments will be PCs, that is personal computers, control, then panels, then electrical and electronic switching devices, underfloor cabling. So all this will come under the control room. Okay, then control room only we will have the battery room. So we will see the battery room. Okay, so battery room, it houses the lead acid or nickel cadmium batteries for uninterrupted power supply to the substation. Okay, since the control room, so there we require the continuous power supply. Okay, so that can be provided by using this lead acid or nickel cadmium batteries. And if we see in the power grid, normally 110 number of batteries are present, having each capacity of 2.1 volt to maintain 220 volt output. So our output is 220 volts, so we require 110 number of batteries, all 2.1 volt each, and the specific gravity of the liquid is 1.835. So powerhouse, that is FCBC, we call it as the float cum booster charger. So they are designed to supply continuous power to the DC load, that is direct current load, and simultaneously they charge the batteries connected. So from the powerhouse only these batteries will be get charged. That is in input supply form. 415 volt is there, then 3 phase or 220 volt with AC alternating current, that is 1 phase. So this is converted to direct current, that is regulated DC, and the charger has, that is, two independent systems. Okay, so what happens? The DC power is supplied to the load by float charger, and it supplies the current to the battery to keep it healthy. Okay, so if the charging current under float mode, it exceeds a set level, then boost charger is switched on, and it supplies the quick charging current to the battery. So on the battery reaching the set value, the boost charger is switched off. So in this way, so always continuously there will be the battery will be charged. Okay, so this is the diagram, okay, of cell voltage with respect to time, and here it shows the specific gravity. Okay, so this is the specific gravity that is in terms of ampere hours, and this line shows the full charge. Okay, so this dashed line, it shows the ampere hours which is returned, and here this line shows the ampere hours which is discharged. Okay, next comes the design of switch or relay room. Okay, so the switch room, it accommodates the high density of electronic equipment which is housed in a cabinets and automated switch gear. So in the cabinet equipment, we have to maintain the primary functions of the facility and form the switching interface between the control room and the field equipment. Okay, so switch relay, it maintains the function of the control room and the field equipment, that is in like transformers, okay, circuit breakers and all, so that can be controlled by this relay. So the area may accommodate this significant amount of metering and logging equipment. Okay, so due to the high volume of critical electronic equipment, so it is essential that a fire event be detected before the operation of the plant is compromised. So here for this switch or relay room, so fire safety is very much of important. Now let us study about the grid equipments. So what are the grid equipments? First we will study about the lighting arrestor. So here you can see that diagram of that is the lighting arrestor. So what is lighting arrestor? So it is the instrument which protect the vital equipments in the grid. So what are the important equipments are available in the grid? So that can be protected by using the lighting arrestor. So by the name lighting itself, we may come to know that it is to protect the equipments from lightning. Okay, so when a lightning strikes a power transmission line, the induced high voltage, it travels along the line towards both the end. That is, this arrestor will bypass this high voltage to the ground, and so that the nearby transformer will not be damaged. So whenever the lightning is there, so that high voltage, it is sent to the ground by using this lighting arrestor. Okay, so again lighting arrestor, it is having the rating. Suppose our line volt is around 400 kilovolt, so lighting arrestor rating will be 327 kilovolt. Then similarly, if line volt is 220 volt, so our lighting arrestor rating will be 180. So subsequently for other, that is 132 grid substation and 33 grid substation, so its value will be less. Then we will study about the CVT. So what is CVT? CVT is the capacitance voltage transformer. So it is the type of transformer so which is used to measure the potential. Okay, potential means what? That is the voltage. So it is major advantage of the potential transformer, and it is also used for the carrier communication, which replace the capacitor, that is coupling capacitor. So at first, for carrier communication, a coupling capacitor is used with a potential transformer, so which is costlier than the CVT. Okay, so this CVT, that is it acts as a high pass filter. So here we can see its actual picture how it looks, that is capacitance voltage transformer. This is the circuit diagram of CVT. Okay, so here you can see R, Y, B. So all these are the wires, cable wires, and CVT is the terminal box. Okay, so from here, so it will go to the control room. Then next we will study about the potential transformer. So what is the potential transformer? We can call potential transformer as the voltage transformer. So it is used in the electrical power system for stepping down the system voltage to safe value, and which can be fed to low ratings meters and relays. So commercially available relays and meters used for the protection and metering are designed for low voltage. So mainly this is used for, that is for the metering means what, that is the smooth flow of the electricity in the cables. Okay, so here we can see the picture of this potential transformer, and this is the circuit diagram of the potential transformer. Okay, so then next one is the current transformer. So current transformer, it is used in the high voltage circuits. Okay, so where the current is not possible to measure directly, we can't measure the current directly, so that's why we use this high current transformer. So current transformer, we can call it as CT. So it is a step up transformer with only one turn in primary coil. So there will be as many as cores based on the purposes like metering, protection, etc. So mainly this will be also the metering and protection. And the secondary of a current transformer should be never kept open circuited. Okay, so we can't kept this circuit open, because very high flux will be developed in the secondary and hence it may be damaged. So this is the picture of the current transformer. Okay, and here is the diagram, that is the circuit diagram of current transformer. So this current transformer is a step up transformer, and potential, we know that potential, it is a stepping down. Potential transformer is a stepping down transformer. Then comes the power transformer. Okay, so power transformer, it is the static device which transforms the electrical energy from one circuit to another without change of frequency, but changing voltage with the principle of mutual induction. Okay, so most of the power transformer, they are in megavolt ampere, that is MVA. So we usually call it as MVA, megavolt ampere rating. So this will be having the high capacity. So it is the most costlier equipments in the grids. So next we will see the wave trap. What is wave trap? So wave trap, it is the combination of inductance and capacitance, which acts as a low pass filter, which passes the low frequencies into the grid, and this frequency is used in the grid. And what wave trap means, what you have come to know what is trap, that is it will be trapping the inductance and capacitance. So line trap here offers the high impedance to the frequency communication signals, so that it obstructs the flow of these signals into a substation bus bars. Then comes the insulator. So here this is the wave trap. Okay, you can see that is wave trap means what, normally like this, you can say like it will be trapping the flow of the signals. Then insulator, so they are used to prevent the flow of current from conducting material to non-conducting material, and it should be mechanically strong, and it should have high dielectric strength. So each insulator rating is of 11 kilovolt to 16 kilovolt. Okay, so name itself says that to prevent the insulator, that is to prevent the flow of current. So here is this is the picture of the insulator. Then comes the circuit breaker. So circuit breaker, it is the protective equipments in the grid, and it is the automatic on load switch. So that is, it will be operated automatically. So here we can see the circuit breaker. So one more thing is that circuit breaker, it is used for the that is the distribution of the electricity. So there are of 5 medium type of circuit breakers. So normally we are using SF6 type of circuit breaker, which is the best one. Then next is the isolators. So isolator, this is the offload switching device which is used to open or close the flow of current, okay, or not to flow respectively in the grid. So from isolator, so it can be used to open or close the flow of the current, okay. So that is the isolator. So here you can see the picture of the isolators. Okay, so conclusion, what we can see, so from the first lecture and the second lecture, so normally we are here discussed about the grid, what is grid, then selection, then layout of the substation grid, okay, then what are the equipments which we are using in the grids. So what we come to know is that, so the grid is the nodal point of the entire power system. So from the grid only there is the distribution will be happening, and it has the 2 major objectives, that is supply quality power and supply the power from source to load within economic reasons, okay. Then the intergrids, they are interconnected so that there is an improvement of reliability, and that can be achieved. Reliability can be achieved as the grid is the nodal point. So if the grid fails to work, then the entire power system will fail. And last thing, the next is about the grid efficiency. So grid efficiency, it is lower, that is 50 to 70%, because we know that why it is 50 to 70%, because grid, it has too many equipments, okay. So that's why this efficiency will be lower. And one more thing is that due to the too many equipments, so the design of the grid, it will be costlier, okay. So this was about the power plant instruments. So basically here we started with the grid and its layout and different equipments which we are going to use in the grids. So all these things, so this covers the power plant instruments. So thank you very much, all of you.